Britton is a blind Iraq war vet that returned home to New Orleans a changed man. He left more than just his eyesight in Iraq, he left part of his spirit. Britton was greeted with open arms by his friends and family, but his nasty attitude quickly changed that to slammed doors and angry whispers. But Britton being who he is, he could care less. His days revolve around whiskey and whatever woman he could lure into his bed. And when he's not at the bar, he fancies himself a tarot card reader. This, of course, is just another in a long line of scams this guy has been running. Britton is a lovable rogue, and I'm sure the actor that gets to play this character will truly enjoy bringing him to life. Cole is a covert freelance operative that has fallen out of favor. He was in custody and being transferred back to the States when the plane went down over the bayou. Cole somehow survived. He has since blended into the darker side of New Orleans and is now on a murder spree. He's killed 5 local men thus far. His motivation isn't apparent at first, but through the course of the story we learn that he believes he's stopping some dark force, some dark entity that's coming. These murders will put him in direct conflict with Abigail and Britton. Cole's an interesting character because he isn't a traditional bad guy and he doesn't have the typical malicious intent, but what he does possess is some of the best lines in the film.
I'm Alfred Hitchcock, and I would like to tell you about my latest motion picture. Perhaps the best way to tell you about the picture is to show you a few scenes.
Your father failed to act.
The man had a gun.
Would that stop you?
I've had training.
The training is nothing. The will is everything.
The light that burns twice as bright burns half as long. And you have burned so very, very brightly, Roy.
Scully?
Yeah?
Run!
You ever met anybody you didn't kill?
Well, I haven't killed you yet.
Fuck is this place?
This is Jack Rabbit Slim.
They're going back to the courthouse.
This could be the last chance to do this. Now get out of the car and shoot him in the head.
I'm an advertising man, not a red herring. I've got a job, a secretary, a mother, 2 ex-wives, and several bartenders dependent upon me.
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
How about the latest AJ Kparr film?
That's right. You might be wondering, who is Kparr? Well, the Howard University graduate hopes after this film, no one will be asking that question anymore. Fox 5's Karen Gray Houston has the story of how he went from Howard to Hollywood.
And that's just the beginning of the movie. Crafty, gritty, suspense-filled is the way AJ Kparr describes his new film, The Box, starring Gabrielle Union.
Then what happened to the money? If they were after cash, where the hell is it?
So why, after a role in the blockbuster Bad Boys 2, did Union agree to play in this low-budget film, written, directed, and produced by a couple of struggling young filmmakers?
Because she had an opportunity to play a character that she's never played before.
A strong, hard-driven female detective. Kparr says for him and his co-producer and business partner, Alexander Kane, this movie has been a decade-long dream.
One of my producing partners, Alex Kane, approached me with an idea of doing a small independent project we could do in a limited amount of locations, and at the same time something that would make good use and be really creative usage of those locations. So I was looking at Nightline, and they had a segment on Bubble, which is the film, a small independent film that Steven Soderbergh did, that was shot in 18 days, limited locations, basically everything that we were talking about. And I thought about it as a crime thriller, and which is a very popular genre. So then I thought about the limited locations. You're trapped in a box, and I was like, the box, and that's sort of where it came from. I think audiences will connect with Primal because I believe that there's something really familiar about this tale. And I think the familiarity falls in the sense of the belief systems that are placed throughout it. Beliefs that are there, but yet the story at the same time is beholden to no single belief. And that's something that I think everyone will kind of see. However, there's one common thing that that definitely falls across every culture, and that's darkness and light. And the darkness in this tale falls into the form of the chimera, the creature, the villain, whatever you want to call it in the story. And the characters within who made a decision to move toward that darkness, and they've been paying for it throughout time. And that's what we play into this movie. Yes, it has all of the action elements. It has the creature, which I think would be really interesting. There's a love story, there's humor, there's chases, there's all of this stuff that goes on in this tale. But the morality side of it is, I think, what people will connect with the most. And in the case of this story, it's moving toward light or moving toward darkness. Make your choice. And the only way that these characters in this tale that can truly survive and make it through this is for them to make a decision, a positive decision, to move toward the light.